Hi, this is the Pewi Elite and I'm going to demonstrate how to assemble it. In your box you should have the 4 legs with the caster wheels already attached, the seat, the handlebar, the X bracket, wave bracket, cover cap and a bag of screws with the Allen keys inside. Right, so what you want to do is you want to locate the legs. You'll see there's a little number there and I see that's 4 to 4, so I'll just slot this in here. And there you can see the number 4, 4. Right, now these are the 4 hex screws that you're going to fasten each one of these legs onto this X bracket. Just do not get confused with these screws. These are slightly fatter and longer. This part gets inserted from the bottom, as you can see, and you might have to just wiggle the leg a little bit in order to get it in. And on the top side, you just take your screw and you screw it in like that. Now they give you 2 Allen keys, and the reason for that is you'll hold the one in place at the bottom into the head, and then this one you will rotate. Right, you do this 3 more times. If you're wondering what this blue is, this is a thread locker and it stops the screw from coming out under vibration. If you find that you cannot get this in, all you need to do is just wiggle this a little bit until you make sure that the hole and the X bracket hole are aligned. Then it will go in neatly, just like that. Now I have threaded 3 at the same time, and that is why I am holding my hand here to just support this. And there you can see I'm going to thread in the screw there. 1, 2, and last one, 3. Following the same principle, put the Allen key in the bottom head, and there I'll just rotate this until it gets fairly tight, to which I will change my grip. Right, the next step is to put the seat onto the frame. Now just having a look here, you'll see that this can only go one way. If you have a look at that, and the reason being is if you have a look, there is a space there, and look at that. Can you see that there's a lip there, slides in there, and then there's a raised portion, so you can have a look at that to that. If you try and put it the wrong way around, you'll see that it doesn't fit. Alright, so put the seat on. Now going back to the remaining screws, you can see this is the biggest one and this is for the seat. These 2 are then for the handlebar. Right, so you insert it like that and the screw part gets tightened from the bottom. Right, so there I put the screw in there, and now I'll need the larger Allen key. Now I'm turning it by just holding it with my finger at the bottom, but now it's time to insert the other Allen key into the head of the screw at the bottom. Right, if you have a look towards the bottom, there is the Allen key inserted into the head of that screw, and I'm holding that tight while I tighten this screw over here. Right, now the handlebar gets seated into that slot over there, and you can see there's a space there for 2 screws, there and there. Now these are the remaining 2 screws. Right, now you take this piece, which they call the wave bracket, and it does show you there's a screw hole there and there. This one in the middle is left open, so you're going to insert that like that, and you're actually going to squeeze. And as you can see, as I squeeze, it opens these legs slightly. So if you're finding that yours isn't fitting nicely, it's because you've got to squeeze it in there. Now I take these 2 and I slot them from the top there and there. Right, you might need to wiggle it a bit to get those through. Now while I hold my finger there to hold it in place, flip it round, and there you can see it coming through that hole and that hole. Now all I need to do is take my screw and fasten it over here. Now if you want to do these one at a time, that's also perfect. Alright, that one is holding. Right, now using the 2 larger Allen keys, I'm going to tighten these screws. Right, I'm going to put the Allen key in that orientation, and I'm going to hold it with my hand. I'm going to flip this round, and I'm now going to tighten from the bottom. Now I'm going to move to that one. Right, now for your final step, you take this cap and you just slot it in. You can see it's got these little pressure clips here. So as I slot it, it's going to lock in place. There's a little slot on the left and the right. And as you can see, it's got a gradient, and I just slot it in place. How I get this in is I squeeze those two slightly, and there you can see. Right, so there is your Y bike. This is what it should look like. Bottom view. And why these numbers are important, you can see that the front legs flare more than the back legs. So you make sure it's 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3. Thanks for watching. Cheers.